You remember when the entire world was obsessed with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, right? That fairy tale escape from the palace had people everywhere believing in love again. Two souls breaking free from centuries of tradition, walking away from crowns, cameras, and control, all for the promise of peace. And right in the middle of that escape stood one man, Tyler Perry, when the palace doors closed. Tyler Perry opened his. The billionaire filmmaker, the man behind Medea and countless box office hits, became their guardian angel overnight. He gave them his Beverly Hills mansion, his jet, his security, his silence. Meghan Markle called him her rock, her safe place. The media loved the story, the royal couple sheltered by Hollywood royalty. Everyone thought this friendship was pure, genuine, untouchable. But perfection rarely survives the spotlight. Months later, something strange happened. Tyler Perry's name started to vanish. Mentions deleted from interviews. Photos quietly archived. Even baby Lilibet's Wikipedia page lost all mention of Uncle Tyler. It was like someone pressed erase on history. Why? Around that same time, Tyler Perry Studios faced a $260 million lawsuit, accusing him of toxic behavior, intimidation, and bullying. And in Hollywood, scandal spreads faster than sunlight. Sources say Meghan Markle's PR team went into immediate lockdown. They didn't want even a shadow of that lawsuit anywhere near the Sussex brand. Within days, every public link to Perry disappeared. But here's what no one knew. That beautiful mansion invitation had come with paperwork. Real legal paperwork. Hidden inside the residency agreement was a clause so specific it could only have been written by someone who'd seen fame's dark side. It said that if either party ever disavowed the other publicly, the non-breaching side could disclose details to protect their reputation. Translation: if Meghan Markle erased Tyler Perry from her story, Tyler Perry could tell his truth, legally and loudly. And that's where the real drama began. Because if there's one thing Tyler Perry is known for, it's documentation. He records everything. Messages, photos, even emotional voice notes. He's a filmmaker who keeps the camera rolling when no one else does. So when Meghan's team tried to clean him out of her history, that clause quietly activated data at first. Nothing happened. Then, slowly, something did. A 58-second audio clip leaked online. It was like someone cracked open a vault. In it, Meghan Markle's voice was calm but cold. If we overuse a Diana card, they'll say we're manufacturing grief. You could hear Prince Harry answer softly. Exhausted, Netflix doesn't want us crying again. Not too much this time. That clip blew up the internet. Headlines exploded. Was their pain scripted? Were the tears rehearsed? Within hours, the fairy tale began to crumble. Even loyal supporters went quiet. Tyler Perry said nothing, not one word, but his silence echoed across the internet. It felt deliberate, powerful, dangerous. Meghan Markle's PR team went into crisis mode. Within hours, social feeds filled with wholesome posts, Meghan baking with Archie, meditating in the garden, smiling in the sunlight. But the public wasn't fooled. Brands backed away. A luxury skincare brand paused its collaboration. A wine company dropped their deal. Even Spotify, once proud to host her podcast, quietly contacted Perry's office, not for gossip, but for confirmation. Meanwhile, inside their California home, Prince Harry reportedly lost control. He was pacing halls, snapping at staff, muttering about betrayal. Within 2 days, he was gone, boarding a private jet bound for London. No entourage, no wife, just a man trying to outrun the echo of his own decisions. And through it all, Tyler Perry remained completely silent. The man once branded their savior now watched quietly as a story turned against its authors. He didn't need to say a word. The fairy tale was already cracking under its own weight. The world had believed in a story of love, but it was starting to look more like a performance. Then came the second drop, and it was worse than anyone imagined. This time, it wasn't just Meghan Markle's voice. It was Prince Harry's too. You could hear him pacing in the background, tension in every breath. We have to steer the dog. If we look too polished, it's fake. If we show too much pain, it's manipulative. Then Meghan replied softly, then we show the garden scenes. Calm, grounded, real. Nothing too emotional until the third act. That single phrase, the third act, changed everything. The illusion shattered. The Oprah interview, once considered raw and emotional, suddenly felt staged. Fans replayed every frame. Every tear, every pause, every sigh now looked rehearsed. News outlets called it the fall of authenticity. Even the loudest defenders went quiet, while Harry and Meghan scrambled to repair the damage. Tyler Perry sat in silence, and that silence became thunder. His studios, once shadowed by lawsuits, began rising again. Hollywood started whispering his name with respect. The same man who had once been edited out of their story was now rewriting it, without saying a word. But for Prince Harry, things were falling apart. Insiders said he reached out, not to his California team, not to peer handlers, but directly to King Charles's office. Just a quiet call, an admission, "I'm not okay." Days later, he was seen flying back to the UK alone. No cameras, no drama. Just a broken prince retracing the path he once fled. And then, the final blow. A document surfaced, dated only 3 weeks after Harry and Meghan had moved into Tyler Perry's mansion. It was a blueprint, their entire exit strategy from royal life. PR goals, timeline, interviews, brand messaging, everything. At the bottom were just signatures, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. It proved the so-called spontaneous truth-telling had been carefully choreographed all along. The reaction was brutal. Analysts called it the death of authenticity. PR experts called it a royal collapse. The very machine that once lifted them now turned on them. And Tyler Perry, he didn't gloat. He didn't leak more tapes. He didn't need to. That single page said it all. It revealed him not as a background player, but as the architect of the story itself. The man who gave them shelter, strategy, and safety, only to be erased from the credits as the months passed. The shift became obvious. Meghan Markle, once Hollywood's darling, couldn't catch a break. Her new lifestyle brand launch flopped. Comment sections turned brutal. Even sympathetic magazines began passing on her pitches. Every photo op looked forced, every caption over-curated. Prince Harry looked lost, distant, quiet, and heavy with regret. The man who once spoke about freedom now looked trapped in the aftermath of his own choices. He wanted peace, but he traded it for performance. Then came the Paley Center event. The night everything came full circle. Tyler Perry stood on stage, smiling as the audience applauded his decades of storytelling. Cameras flashed, reporters cheered, and among the guests was Meghan Markle herself. She smiled for the cameras, hugged Perry, tried to act like old times. But everyone saw it, the distance in his eyes. His smile was polite, not warm. She knew it too. The man she'd once called her protector was now the one rewriting the ending, and that's the irony, isn't it? The story that began as a fairy tale about love and courage ended as a lesson in silence and truth. The palace didn't destroy them. The media didn't destroy them. Receipts did. Tyler Perry's receipts. He had the messages, the recordings, the contracts, everything. And he never needed to scream for attention. The truth simply spoke for itself. Now, as Hollywood watches, one thing's certain. Tyler Perry holds the pen, and the world is waiting to see what he writes next. Because sometimes silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. And this time, the quiet man behind the camera is the only one who still controls the story. The only one who still controls the story.